Hey friends, it is Amanda with Mettle Modern Design coming to you on behalf of Essential Stencil tonight. I'm going to do some sea turtle art. What we're going to do is I'm going to pull out this larger, I do believe this is 12 by 12. I think this is going to be a 12 by 12. And this stencil is 10 by 10, so that looks right. And we're going to stain this up first. I'm going to use some white stain. I'm going to use marine blue and navy, and we're going to create a pretty blended background. I'm going to grab out a couple of stain pads that I used last week and we should be good. We're going to use some white stain initially. I'm just going to kind of get this color all over this board. Now I feel a little grippiness on this board, so maybe I should have sanded it just a touch before I put the stain down, but it'll be okay. Let's pull out some navy. Okay, and then we're gonna grab our third color. I like to use usually 2 or 3 colors when I blend, at least. 3 is probably typical. This is a newer color to my collection. This is called, did I say marine? This is Oasis Blue. Oasis Blue. Isn't Oasis a pretty color? So we're just gonna kind of come in here. I'm just swirling on some color here. We're going to grab a little bit more white here and start at the top, kind of blend down a little bit. We're going to grab our spritzer of water, fine mist sprayer of water. We're just going to spritz that all down. I think I'm going to start from the bottom with my blue and blend up into the Oasis Blue. At the same time, we're going to grab the Oasis and blend back down into the navy. Just kind of trying to blur that line. And then we're going to take that white. We're gonna blur the top line. So we're just gonna stand back in a green wave. Now we're gonna pull out Essential Stencil's new turtle stencil. And we're gonna stencil that on here. We could use seahorses, octopus, any number of stencils on this, but this one is one that will be coming out Thursday night at midnight into Friday, first thing Friday morning. If you grab any of the new collection, make sure you just use a discount code like Mettle to save you some money. So I just gotta see which direction I would like him to go. Hold on, let me turn this towards me. This is gonna be the top up here. Light source up here, coming down into the depths of the ocean, darker down here. I think maybe like that. I'm gonna tape him down. I'm using way too much, but that's okay. Extra insurance. I'm gonna grab out just a coffee filter here. I'm gonna grab some paint colors to do this turtle with. The background is so colorful, we could just do this in a white and that would be pretty. I'm gonna use some different colors just because I want to use some blending. So let me pull out some colors I thought about using on this today. So we may add a touch of the yellow ochre. I've got deep turquoise, titanium white, pearlized crystal blue, emerald green, pearlized carbon black, and viridian. And so most of these are Master's Touch colors that I get from Hobby Lobby. I think we're gonna start with the deep turquoise. We're just gonna lift and offload some paint here. I'm just gonna come in at the base. And it's so dark down here, this will be pretty subtle unless I do something different. And I'll show you what I mean by that. This is a pretty dark color on a pretty dark base. Let's take a little sneak peek. It's very subtle. That's why I've got so many colors, because we're probably gonna have to blend a few different colors to kind of get the design idea I had in mind. So I'm gonna start in with this darker color up top, around the turtle head, and pull that down. Okay, we're gonna come in with a lighter color. We'll use this viridian. You can use the same brush. And that's just gonna mix to create a lighter shade, or a mid-tone shade there. So we'll just come back in. I'm gonna kind of come back over that I've already done, because that lighter color will pop against that darker color a little better. Let's hinge it back and see what we're dealing with. You can see that iridescence. Now, this is pretty dark down here in the area that I'm pretty dark, so we can lighten that up. Let me dry this. We'll lighten it back up just a little bit. Line it back up. And so now you can see it way better. You want to join us over on the page over at Mettle Modern Design, I invite you to do so. Otherwise, I'll see you next week on Essential Stencil. Bye, friends.